Alright, see it there? Ah, you mean? The Hope Not Hate Rastas in the building. How are them feel? Oh, them skin too tough, bleed. Hustle up me gun, you know James Jones. You get me? But, yeah, man, so what's going on? How you mean? The grabber father's back, man. One bag of weed and one bag of grab. One bag of girl like Shabba. Lord, one bag of girl get knocker. Lord, lick the girl them with the hammer. Lord, make the girl bad for the mother. Lord, I make a rascal ball out, cha-cha. How you mean? Yeah, man, so... Wild times that we're in right now, yeah? You tell you how wild it is, yeah, that... Imagine. There can be a group of far-right lunatics that are out here crying that people support a Bumba Clark anti-racist organization. You know all this time these men have been balling about Hope Not Hate, yeah? I didn't even bother looking into it because I didn't give a shit about it anyway, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Sarful Ross. Hold on a sec. Let me just quickly Google H not H and see what it says on their shit. Yeah? Anti-racist organization, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, personally, if we're just going to do it the simplest way, if they're anti-racist and you're anti-them, yeah, if they're anti-racist and you're anti-them, then that must mean you're a pro-racist motherfucker. Huh? Yeah, that is all. What? How you mean? And that is all. Yeah, so I don't get how you can be against no anti-racist organization and still be opening up your fucking ginger gums talking about any sort of hope not hurt. Oh, you're a H and H rat. You're a so and so rat. Rat. You're a BMP rat. Huh? You're a racist brown noser. To pussy cloud. Oh, I'm to some picnic sniffing weirdos. Huh? My favorite anti-racist is Wendy. Mad. Hey, that's what's wild as well, yeah. It's like, yo, everyone knows that Jupiter Babs and Wendy are straight racists. But it's because they're like decrepit old shits that no one don't really stick it on them like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, because them man are some decrepit old shits. Like, no one don't fucking just stick it on them about their racism properly. You just like call them a couple racists online and all them sort of things. There, you know what I mean? Mad. Yo. Oh, I'm to some boy. One sniff picnic. You smell like 7-year-old girls. That's a wild statement. Yeah, you should retract that. Retract that nonsense statement, you bacon. You're mad. Yeah, man. Yeah. You gone mad. Yeah, man. So, like we've explained this point 10 million times, but it's like the window lickers don't understand. So we're gonna explain it again, yeah? You know what's mad, yeah? It's like, yo, Veli's gonna make a point. These men are gonna debate with me for 10 hours, yeah? Yeah? A black person that they fucking beg it with is gonna make the same point. These men are gonna agree straight away. Huh? Huh? Yeah, let me say this, innit? Reparations. Yeah. Yo, I say reparations. You see some fucking pagans shriveling like a fucking snail in salt. Like a slug just got covered in salt. Mad. But these times, says reparations, yeah? The people them are, yeah, reparations! Yeah, we agree with you, Jedi! Hey! 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 Man! Yo! Yeah, it's mad still. The table, how the tables have turned, eh? Man! Hey, how the tables have turned, eh? You know what's funny, yeah? Remember when them pagans there was like, Jedi said he robbed a white person, we hate him. Yeah. You remember them time there? Man. Oh my days. Yeah. I was just in the back chilling, smoking a scud, listening to my Will Smith CD. You know, taking notes. Yeah, relax and take notes while I take tokes on the marijuana smoke. But I'll say it, go, man, you know. It's the thing called pagan chess moves, yeah. We can see how the pagan chess moves go. Yeah. So I don't like this person. So I'll use this person. That makes it feel like I'm upholding anything that they've said when I don't rate them either. You get me? But here's what it is though, cuz man, like, you know? You know? I saw the thing set, man. I saw the thing set. Hey, listen though, differently, yeah. I know I've only just come back here, but it might not be a long show today still, man. You gotta allow me. Let me ease back into the panel show thing. You get me? Yeah, so let me ease back into the panel show shits before we start doing long ass shows and shit. You get me, cuz? But yeah, man, alright, man. So I hear a lot of window lickers keep talking about, yo, I hear a lot of window lickers keep talking about, you can't be racist if you've got a black husband. You can't be racist if you've got an Indian husband. You can't be racist if you've got a mixed race child. Well, I don't think so. And I think that you're the only people that actually think that. Yeah, only you racist ass lunatics that are trying to do anything to take yourself out of racism. Like, listen, it's only in these pagan pussy circles that the majority of you racists can even try to speak like you're an anti-racist, you're not a racist person or whatever. Like, outside on the roadside, you would have been designated a straight racist from time. I don't give a shit. You could have had a whole black football team come out of your pom pom. What are you talking about? You're still a racist. What are you doing, huh? Fuck off. You think this is? Huh? Like, you could have had a whole rugby team and subs come out of your pom pom. Yeah, doing the hacker, kumate, and all that. Yeah. But you're still a racist, fam. Like, behave yourself. I don't know why any of these weirdos keep trying to play this stupid game. Like, you can't be racist because you got a so-and-so partner. At the same time, trying to call other people in the similar situations as racist. It's like, but how much windows do you lick a day? Huh? You fucking mad youths. You are so gone. Spaz. Yeah? Got extremely spaz mode anyway, yeah? True, you know? We ain't got a lot of time today, yeah? So, we ain't got a lot of time today, yeah? So, let's bring this point home, innit? Yeah. Shout out Chizzo, yeah? CHZO is his YouTube channel. Shout out Gabriel, and is it Olima, Omega? Yeah, you might not recognize the name, but you recognize the face if you're a Instagram or YouTube Shorts frequent. frequenter. Yeah, and you realize why, bro, a lot of the times in these clips, you never hear this you speak, you know. But yeah, alright. So let it play.
Woman won't date a man who's 5'6" or 5'7". Is it shallow for her to have that preference, or is it just a preference?
It's a preference, isn't it? It's like, put it this way, in Ireland, a lot of girls probably didn't like fellas. I'd probably be the first that they've ever, do you know what I mean? Loads of them, do you know what I'm trying to say? Is it shallow that they did? It's just, it's what they know. Or what's, I don't know, it's kind of a preference.
So when does it become, okay, so let's say, as we're talking about race today, let's say I refuse to date someone who's white. Yeah, let's say I just don't date white girls. Let's say that's my stance. Yeah. I don't date white girls. Would you call me a bigot? Would you say that, is there any negative connotation if I say I don't want to date someone who's white?
No, because
it's a preference.
It's a preference, but then there might, but that's what you say now, but then there will be that one white girl that you'd be like, wow. It's like, the worst one that I hear is when I've heard black lads say, oh, we don't go near black women, and I'm always like, hold on a minute, so if Beyonce was with you, you would, you know what I mean? I've seen it.
Forget black, let's just say someone who's white doesn't want to date someone who's white. Let's just say someone doesn't want to date.
Yeah, I've heard that still. That's, like, not judging anyone or whatever, yeah, but it's a bit strange to me, innit, like, to feel like you would go out with every other ethnicity but your own one. That's a bit strange still. Like, you know? Right, each to their own, right? Each to their own. Yo. Yeah, nah. He just got fucking... Brother, he's got you-man style of jokes. That's why man does them things there. Because, you know? From the block, cuz. Oh, you're fronting like you man don't run them sort of jokes with each other all day. Every day. Behave yourself, man.
Whoever their own race is. Is there anything wrong with that?
No. There isn't. But the thing is,
it's when you kind of say it in a demeaning
when you say it in a way, yeah, in a certain way. No. I'll tell you what I say. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Your preference is your preference. Yeah. But don't go put down. Don't go put down your race.
There's something wrong with that. My thing is this. I would go as far as saying most of us have a MO, a modus operandi, when it comes to pack mentality.
Meaning, is he from Mars? What Mars, bro?
MO. Hey, if it was a rumble, modus operandi.
MO means modus operandi.
Modus. He said MO. I don't even know the words.
I don't know how someone, and this is my thing, I don't know how someone could be born into a certain race, their own, and I hate using their own people. Let's just say me being Nigerian, raised around my family. Now, when people say, oh, your mum is black, I hate that analogy because I'm not meant to fancy my mum. So I don't understand that whole, your mum is black, why do you...
Yeah, I'm never too kindly to that analogy either. Like, well, you mean, so what? You mean your mum is black? You don't fancy your mum because it's the least sexual person in your life, female. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, so what? Like, crazy. No. That's not a reason for man wanting to date people in their race because your parent, whichever, like your mum or your dad, is that. But no, thank you. No. I'm not, that's not my, I've never took too kind into that. I know people use that, rah, blah, 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 all that bullshit. But, nah, not for me, cuz, man. Yeah. That's the worst thing you can say. Rob, I ain't your mum black. Yeah, so? So? Alright, God, dirty.
Black women, I don't understand that. And when you say, oh, look how someone treats their mum, if they treat their mum right, they'll treat you right. You're not my mum. I can love my mum and still slap your face. Even though I don't beat women, just put that out there, never happened in my life. But when you look at, I know plenty of guys who love their mum and they're thumping up women. So my thing is that how can you be raised around black people and then tell me you...
Yeah, facts. There's enough man that love them will punch up a girl. Box and thump and kick, man, so yeah, loving your mum don't mean that you won't box that no girl, or loving your mum mean that you won't dip her beans, that's a different race or all that sort of stuff there, like yeah. Well, not for me anyway. Still, you know, like I might be the exception and not the rule, right? But yo, we still I speak my advice. You see? Yeah? How you mean? Trust me.
Do not find black women attractive. And I've met white women who've come to me and goes, yeah, I don't really like white men, I only date black guys.
Yeah,
it puts me off. It puts me off.
Right. Now that's a whole different angle. When the people them say they don't find whichever attract like a black dude. Let me just use my own self as an example. Like, if I just didn't fancy no black girls, that'd be kind of strange, right? Like, there's not one black woman that I would ever lay down with, or even feel like I could even start something up like that with, or that might be a bit weird. You get me? Yeah. That would be a bit strange still, man. But you know, like we say, man, each to their own, cuz I'm not in your brain, innit? I can't tell you what to think, cuz yeah, I could just plant the ideas, innit, man?
It's turn off.
It's a major turn off.
Thank you. It's offensive.
But the thing is, here, you could have black guys as your preference here, but don't say that about
your own thing. It's weird to me.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
It's weird.
Oh, mate, where's DJ H Soul? Where's DJ H Soul? Fucking, I'm surprised he ain't got his tissues out yet. And his fucking red flags. You're raving at some of the ladies in the chat. But yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't help who you fancy, innit? Yeah, that's up to you. Still. But I could have an opinion though, innit? Like, so, and I've met people like that before. Black people that say they would never date a black person. White people that say they would never date a white person, and all the other shades and ethnicities, vice versa. Similar and opposite, yeah? So, yeah, it's mad still, man. But again, I feel like that's the exception and not the rule, innit? The majority of people ain't like that still, man. But yeah, I heard that still. Some people, I don't know, maybe that was like a flex in the early 2000s and them sort of times there, you know? Our white beans might tell you how much you don't like white dudes and blah, 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 blah. You might be thinking in your head, Ross. But, yeah. It's kind of wild though, right? It's kind of wild still. Yeah, man. But go on, man. Go on, go dance, man.
To me,
your dad's white.
it's weird to me when
So
someone says
really,
that to
you
me.
can't really use,
Like,
you know what I mean?
I've had white men say to me, I don't really date black guys, white guys, I only like black guys. I'm like, why? I don't know, it's just something about you guys, I don't know. What is it, darling? Because that theory about all of us having BBKs or big swinging,
yeah.
I don't have one. I'll take this for free.
Whoa. Stop it. Calm down. Stop it. Calm down. Mad. Yeah, you were mad still, fam. Hey, Gabs. Calm down, brother. Don't go too well. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on anyone's body size, yeah? How you mean? Yeah. Mad. But anyway, go on, man.
You get disappointed.
Hey,
You come here.
See my village, yeah? You get that, yeah?
You come here. You be disappointed. You be disappointed, yeah?
Is this Yoruba, man? Is it?
I don't live up to that stereotype. And so sometimes I meet women and see me. That's why I do
In our
barefoot.
village, we're pole voters. When we run, we just.
Man used to turn left, you know?
For me, I don't live up to that stereotype. But at the same time, I always wonder, like, when people do kind of date out there outside of the race, you find out. I remember when I was dating one Arab girl one time. Okay, she said, just hear it to me. She goes, Gabriel, I love you so much, but my parents would never accept you. And I was this dirty secret. Even when I used to drop her home, I would
Mad. You hear that? You see, Gabriel said he was dealing with one Arab beans once, yeah? she said, I love you, but my parents would never accept you. Lord have mercy. Hi, I'm out. Unless it's just a date thing, I ain't really looking to meet the parents anyway. But if that's a serious relationship, cause like, yo, yeah, man, that's gonna be a deal breaker. How about this? Being a dirty secret and all them sort of things that come with being like a side beat. Mad, just because I'll be out, fam. No way, cuz. Yeah, but God, man. Let it play.
Like towards the top of a road, and then she'd walk to her house. Like she said that if her parents ever found out she was dating me, they'd kill her.
Mate, it's
Kill
mad,
her.
innit?
Man.
I was in Ireland. Fucking, I was the first black person that every girl brought home to their house. But I mean,
Mad, you hear that? Man said when he was in Ireland, he was like the first black person for every girl. Yo! Would have been peak still. Oh my days. Yeah, man. You know, like living in the ends where there's like literally no choice, yeah? God, that must be hard still. Yeah, that must be hard still. It's mad, innit? Because, you know, growing up in a London or whatever, I've met people from countries I ain't even heard of. You hear me? But if you grow up in the sticks though, and you're like the one you there in the so and so, it's gonna be peak for you, cuz basically, yeah, you're gonna have to punch bear man up in it first of all before you earn any respect. It's the way the shit goes, cuz. Yeah.
the dads will be looking at me like, do you know this Black Lives Matter, right? Yeah. People used to always say stuff to me about it. And I was like, I've been breaking barriers my whole life. Yeah. So like, let's say I went into that house and there's white people. I've been around white people, the only black person. Yeah. So then when all the white people are like, this fella's all right, as much as that's a shit thing to say, they become less racist towards other black people. I was on my own, and I think I've been breaking down barriers my whole fucking life.
You know what's funny is that you're right, but each time when they're saying that, you're the alright guy.
Yeah.
But was you being yourself?
No, I've been 100. I've been a prick.
Because you know sometimes you find that people try to change themselves
so
that basically to appease. Let's just say white people. Let's just put it out there and say. Yeah. But was you actually just being true to yourself?
Always myself.
Because I always find that when a white person tends to meet me, the first thing, because I'm a bit big, tall, black guy, the first thing they assume is that I'm going to be
tall.
Yeah, you know.
Alright, pause. Let me pause it there. Yo, let me say that I guarantee you that every person of an ethnic minority has heard that bar one time or another. You're right, but they're not. Or know someone that's heard that bar. If you ain't heard it yourself, you know someone that's heard it. Yeah, and it's your reaction to that that is telling, right? Cause you know, like a man like me, my eyes is gonna pop up my head like, what? That's wild. Oh, fuck's sake, man. My phone's ringing. Hold up, man. Yo, yeah, my bad still. Like I'm saying. Yo, I actually don't know if there is any ethnic minorities that doesn't either know someone that's had that said to them or had it said to themselves. Yeah, this wild, cuz. Like, you're right, but you know how racist that is? That's mad. Wild. Let it go.
James, James, that close, bro. Wait, that close. James, that close, cuz.
Hey, he's 5'8". 5'8".
You come to our kingdom and you want to do this in our kingdom. You're not leaving today. You will not leave it today. You're not even today. It's annoying because you find out sometimes white people have their back up against the wall when they meet me, and after about 30 seconds to a minute, it's like, okay, yeah, he's one of the good ones. He is. Hey, listen, Brandon, he's fucking all right, Bethany. I'm telling you, he's all right. He's not like the rest. He's not like the rest. I'm telling you, and that's the thing that
black people forgetting you that you're black. You know that
exactly. Yes. And that's what annoys me.
Well, you know what? That
you're not one of them.
happens in this area as well. Yeah. Because remember.
Yeah, that's disgusting, man. Like, I don't know. I don't think people realize how bad it is when people say something like that. Like, oh yeah, you're all right, but them lots. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You okay? You hear what you're saying? Like, that's mad. Crazy.
I can promise you that when you look first.
Yeah.
I can promise you, him there. Listen, I can promise you. You can tell that we are such a breath of fresh air to him. He's probably goes home to his friends like, mate, my neighbours like, it's all these fucking black kids. They come here, mate, and like, I tell you, fucking crystal clear. They're brilliant. They are. I'm telling you, there's two African boys, there's a Jamaican boy. They're fucking brilliant. They're colours they are, but they're good colours.
Before, you know what it is? Before I probably moved here, they probably didn't get that much interaction because either side, there's no, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've moved here and a couple other black guys have moved here. So it's like, the first day I moved here, remember I told you when I used to jump in my car and I used to say nothing to no one. Yeah. And one time,
that makes you look like that angry black person though.
So like I'm driving and I'm coming in all hours. So one day we started a conversation, innit? And I've jumped out of the car and he's asking, oh, what do I do and all of that? I said, oh. I looked at my car and looked at him. I said, nice car, innit? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. I said, oh, I sell drugs. Then he froze. I said, banter, joking. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I said, banter, joking. And I said, no, I do events, I PT, and I do Uber. So I showed him imagine the car. So I was like, yeah, I'm constantly working. So every time you see me at that time, when I used to jump out at mad hours and be driving around, it's like, if I can't sleep, I'll just jump in the car and go work. So he's like, oh, you're constantly always busy because the car's always in and out. So I was like, yeah, I'm constantly working. He's like, rah, like you've got 3 streams. And I was like, yeah, like I had to at the time. So fast forward over the past few years.
What you mean, man? Come on, man. You know Venomous Maximus Decimus the First has been telling you about multiple streams of income from about 6-7 years ago. Yeah, it's got to be done, mate. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be down there with the brokies. Yeah. You're going to be down there with the brokies, B.
If I need something, I'll just lean over the fence. I'll ask him if he needs something. Like one time he was doing his gardening during the summer. I borrowed him one thing I had that I used to dig out all the weeds and that. And we'll stay there for hours talking and, you know what I mean? Like, so some days now, you come and knock.
You are the only black guy in your life that he's ever been his friend, he's interacted with. Because even sometimes I'm in the car park, it's like a breath of fresh air to him, like, bro, like, black boys are like you, like, because remember the media is what many people only ever see of black people. They don't interact. Think of like, in general, like my the first black people he told me that ever really interacted with. He said that every time I've seen black people in the news, and he said that it's always a negative light. Remember that?
It's too everything in some fucking bullet. I don't want anyone to be telling me about 2 minutes and 2 seconds, blah 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 blah. Yeah? Behave yourself, man. Like Gabriel said, he's got people working for him that ain't never spoke to no black people before. The only thing they've heard about the blacks, yeah, is some negative shit on the news, TV, in music, films, or some other bullshit. So, it's wild still. It's a wild one still. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Hold on.
Okay, we make up like 3% of the UK, just over 3%. But when you look at how we're demonstrated in the UK, the majority of things is crime. Like everything that they show of us is either crime or something to do with hip hop or something which is negative. So sometimes, not saying that we as individuals need to be the mouthpiece or representation of the good character, but it's important to market yourself well so that as much as we shouldn't have to do it, but as you say, when someone, is it like your neighbor? Not saying it's going to change his views on black people, but because of you.
Yeah, it broke down that barrier.
Yeah, it brought the barrier down.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, all right. Let's skip into the next one, man, because I was supposed to play the second one first. Yeah, all right.
Do people ever say you sound white?
Come here. I signed for a football team before. Do you know what's his name? Martin Tyler. Martin Tyler, the commentator.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So he was the manager for Kingstonians, and when I was dropped in the leagues, I started playing for Kingstonians. And anyway, I was on the phone to him because I signed, and they've never seen me before, but they knew that I was playing. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll see you down the club, and it was in Kingston, just over. Yeah, in Kingston's the club. And I remember I was like, okay, I'll meet you outside the club. I was at the club, standing outside.
He didn't know it was you.
They drove past me twice.
Yep.
And then they went, Paul? And I went,
Paul.
yeah, how are you getting on? He's like, oh my God, yeah. So, yeah, true stories.
We always see when someone sounds white as someone speaking well. That's a sad thing.
Yeah.
Like, even black people might say that someone speaks well. Oh, I thought you was white. I'm just like, what do you mean? Oh, just the way you sound.
Man, that's a wild thing as well, right? Like, that's facilitated by black and non-black people. Yes, if you sound a certain way, you sound white. That's mad still. Like, me personally, yeah, it's the same thing as this black people can't be racist sort of thing, innit? It's like holding black people to some low level, like some little picnic. You get me? Mad. Alright, go on, dirty play. Oh, I got it done in a sec.
The way you speak. Or when someone says, oh, but I find interesting is also when someone says, I didn't think you would date black girls. And I always say, is there a type of when someone says someone doesn't date a certain race? Is there a type?
I don't know.
Because I've heard that a few times. Someone said to me, oh, I didn't think you liked black girls. I'm like,
I don't think there's a type.
I'm like, what do you mean by that? But I also find it interesting. There's that guy that was in remember that guy Brian Bello, that was in Big Brother. Now,
Yeah, Big Brother, yeah.
remember him, Brian Bello?
Essex
Now,
accent, yeah.
now, someone like him, yeah. I think what I find interesting is that someone like him is more than likely probably going to date white girls.
Yeah.
Okay, and
It's because of what he's around, though.
exactly.
So this is like me.
Your environment.
It's what I
you
didn't see any black girls until I moved to London when I was 15.
Yeah.
The only ones that I had was me cousin and me ma. My cousin came to live with us to look after Francis when he was a kid, and then that was it. Vicky. Yeah. Hello. What are you doing? You think I'm lying here? Who's that there, bro? Anyway, yeah. And then we had Franca as well. Remember Franca? Yeah. So but that's all I knew. And then I came over to England, and I'm like, okay, what do I know? And then I was afraid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm afraid of the girls from London. The black girls from London.
Say that because you're so used to a certain thing. Yeah. Wouldn't you find that even just the way you've been?
That's a wild statement as well, yeah. I'm afraid of the black girls from London. Hey, brother. God damn. Yeah. I would have liked if Gabriel would have got him to break down. What do you mean by that? That would have been nice breakdown. Still, but ready?
Been raised and the culture and maybe the women you've been around, that maybe their behavior, maybe their temperament, not saying that attitude, but just maybe their mannerisms.
Right, yeah, that's what I was gonna say still before I played the rest was that maybe he's speaking about because obviously he's got like some Irish guys swag or whatever, and I would say the majority of black girls in London probably haven't met a black Irish dude or even get the banter that he might be trying to come with or any of the other stuff still, man. So yeah, I feel like he would have had a harder time, especially in the secondary school, like popularity years. Yeah, I'll say like between like, I don't know, 15 to your 20s. And then maybe after that would have been, the tables might have turned for man because instead of being like everyone else, you're more of a unique person, innit? Because you remember like at one stage when popularity runs it, people want carbon copies of this one, that one, or the other, innit? Like once people were no longer scared to have their own minds, then you as a unique character could start shining, B. So yeah, man, it's mad still, man. But go on, man. Go and go dance, my youth.
was a bit different to what you was used to, and maybe they might not even get your banter.
Yeah,
No, you remember, because you're from Dublin,
yeah,
and the way you banter, and even the way you talk.
Yeah, I'm not cool. One thing that I'll say is, one thing I've learned about London, I am not cool. Like, I see Chisel do like a post and he'll be holding his phone. Yeah. You know, like, cool. And then, like, other lads will be like posing. I have to, when a photo's on me, I'm like, you know, that's all I know, do you know? That's all I know. But then when I'm over here, I remember I'd go out on nights out, and I'm a Larry lad on the Guinness and stuff, and then my boys would have bottles. Yeah. And then I just noticed they'll all, like, I don't, but it's not, I'm not here, I'm here for a drink, do you know what I mean? But it's different. So I always notice that and that's not me, do you know what I mean?
It's interesting when they say cool, because the funny thing is that, like, he mentioned the fact that he's not cool. Yeah. And that's just, you are cool.
You are cool.
But you're just cool in a different way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a different way.
Everyone's got their own
style.
Yeah, their own style. Yeah, literally.
Because I can easily tell that he's not been raised at how we've been raised.
Yeah.
You can just tell from his mannerisms that, and you probably find that some black girls would probably see him as kind of odd or weird.
Yeah.
I
know. They all call me odd, bro. You're weird, bro. That's all I
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have took that well still. I don't think anyone would have took that well. I'll get the point he's trying to make, in it. Like, maybe you could have said different. Yeah, like, you know, instead of odd or weird, but, you know, point still stands, yeah.
on my DMs. Yeah, that's all I get.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, when it comes to approaching black girls, how do you find it for you?
So it's different.
I've never, not in a big headed. I never approached girls. Yeah. I'll always.
Oh, sorry.
No, not saying that they come. No.
Wait, was it the legs?
Anyway, not that it happens, but I'll always wait until somebody comes into the. Like, I have no game, so it's not like I could go in and go, oh yeah, what's got wog one, girl. You know what I mean?
You see, that's what man's saying to you, cause like, yo, you gotta standard your own game. Hit them off with your own fucking style or whatever, cause you know what I'm saying, like, and it, you know, you're unique, kind of, you're different to the rest of them and them. So you should use that to your advantage still. But boy, nah, it goes, man. Loaded.
You see? If I had no muscles, I'd be a virgin, bro.
I want to see this first.
Light work.
Oh, man, I'm doing big talk. Jahim, activate the powers. Then press the button. Wait, turn around. Hey, Paul. Jahim's ready. Hey, we pressed the button.
But he made a point though of saying that, because he's from Dublin, he made a point of saying that he found it a bit challenging because he's used to a certain type of girl. Yeah. And I'll be honest, a lot of black girls will probably find you odd or weird. Because remember, first thing, you're in the club drinking beer. You're drinking a bottle of beer. Typically in the UK, go look at it and be like, drinking beer.
But to be fair, I can relate.
Because of rugby?
Not even that. When I was a freshie, the first 5 years of being here, I was the odd one out. Yeah. So even though I had the banter and all that with the man them, when it came to moving girls, it was like,
they're not there.
So like, even though by year 9 my accent kind of faded, I still would accidentally go into freshie mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So freshie, you know. So I'll go back to I'll go back to freshie mode. So it took to I think probably like first year college halfway that girls started to like me properly. But a few girls had told me from like other schools like Charles and Brook and that, they were like, yeah, we liked you, but we never heard you speak, because they used to think I was proper shy. But the reason why I used to speak was like, I felt like, I was the freshie, I was on cool, so I was like, so I'm like, you know, let me just hold my distance.
I didn't get no girls until, I was 9. I'm like, I kissed the girl, get it out the way. She wasn't the nicest, but then,
you say kiss shakes, they were running away from you.
This is what I'm saying. But then when I got into secondary school, and that's when I started getting loads, and that's because I was beating people up. Do you know what I mean? So it was kind of, then they kind of understand. No, because that's exactly what it was. Because then you're a bigger, you're a name. So I think I lived off I lived off
became Nike.
really good at sports and beating people up. That's how. Without that, it'd be a nightmare. You know what I mean?
Was your fighting down to racism or being the odd kid in there, being the black sheep? People don't know that Bar Bar Black Sheep is a racist song. They don't even know that.
Yeah.
It actually is a racist song that we sing in school, Bar Bar Black Sheep, but it's another conversation for another day.
But yeah, it's because I built myself in a level where I lived where nobody would fuck with me in my area because they knew, and then I had mates that were the rough ones in the area that
Were they like white mates?
Yeah, that's literally the only way that new you on the block, stranger or whatever. One of the main ways that you're gonna get respect fast in it, like you have to box a couple man. If that's your style, you have to have some sort of unique skill in it. You know, because that the man them have to start respecting, and then start changing from there. Cause but yo, it's mad still.
white mates. Yeah. So and they were the lads that were there was like a gangland lads and all. So then nobody would mess me in my area. But then when I went to different areas, they'd be like, "Who's this?" So I knew straight away. Earn respect, so I'd fight them. I used to fight people just to get my respect.
Would you say it's like that your white friends could have been racist?
My friends?
Yeah, Drake and they could have been racist, your white friends.
Yeah, they were. Loads of them were.
So it's possible they're
not racist. I think they're not educated. Yeah, they're not educated.
So basically, your white friend could actually genuinely be your friend, but maybe still call someone a nigger.
That's what I was about to say. One of the best mates, I won't say his name here, but we were in a car and somebody came across and he went, "That fucking black." He got stabbed by 6 black people. And remember, he got stabbed by 6 black people. So then he put everyone. And then I remember when I started hanging around with him, he used to always be looking. And I remember once I knew his sister, and he goes to his sister, "What are you hanging around with that black cunt for?" Okay. He ended up in years after, because he was like the gangland, so you don't really mess with him. But he became my mate. And then he was like, "You know what? I can't believe it's just because all you lot fucking stabbed. You know what I mean?" And I'm like,
mad, you see that there? Crazy cuts, like, yo, man got stabbed by some 6 random black dudes now. My man has to hold the corn for it or whatever, you get me? Mad. And yeah, man, so just having them black friends, black boyfriend, black girlfriend, white girlfriend, Indian, Chinese, whatever, doesn't take you out of racism, man. So stop using that stupid excuse, man, you fucking spazzes, man.
That one incident has run through his whole life. So even though he's your mate, and you can actually say that he's got your back. Like you can genuinely say he's got your back.
Oh, he's far
However,
he's far from
that small bit in his head that still has a trigger
PTSD.
and it's still racist somewhere in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
So basically, you can date someone. So I could be a black person and date a white woman and still be racist. Yeah, easily. Because I don't understand when people say, "Oh, but I date black people, I can't be racist." Mate, just because you're taking dingo doesn't mean that you're not racist.
Facts. You see it there? Yeah, man. And on that note, we're back on Wednesday, yeah? Go on, Lily Blue.